Let's do this.
Yeah, we are live.
All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 203 class entrance and floor shuffle. I am going to be running this. I am Sonny Wrath 11, longtime veteran of Final Fantasy Randomizer. Been playing since late 2018. Been on a bit of a hiatus. Retired from competitive play, but still actually play this from time to time. And with me, we have
Duckling
one of the Duck
Dawn.
Duns, my very good friend, and I'll let him introduce himself as per normal.
I am DM Stewart 1981. One of our Duckling Dawns for this year. We've got what should be a fun flag set tonight. Although
Yes,
it's a challenge.
it is. With entrance and floor shuffle, there is always a bit of a challenge in this flag set. So, why don't we jump to reviewing the
Yeah.
flag set before we actually get going? Because there is one change versus what will actually be run by all of the ducklings that I did request.
Yes. Sonny requested one specific change that just adds a little bit. It's it's not a huge thing, but it does matter. It does make a difference. So our goal, we've got normal chaos, we've got a short Topher. I didn't want to be mean and make it a long Topher in entrance and floor or in this flag
And
set.
with entrance and floor, short Topher is usually the go-to. Um, Occasionally, with some of the co-op tournaments, it will be a mid Topher instead of a short Topher. But more often than not, when you're running entrance floor, you're gonna see short Topher.
We have our usual difficulty scaling, our regular, the regular scaling, 70 to 150 for enemies and bosses. Six encounters on land, six encounters in dungeons, two encounters on the sea per 256. Our normal experience scaling, the normal 20% XP chests. You know, the scaling you are accustomed to through the boot camp flags.
Yeah, there's not going to be anything wild for quite some time, as imposing something with more wild scaling is a bit brutal.
I mean, we saw some crazy scaling. We saw a little bit of crazy scaling in the black belt week flags, but that was just to show off that Punch Mage does big numbers.
Yeah, when that cannon gets online, it's online.
We do have a little bit of an interesting piece here. We've got two dead locations.
So those two dead locations can give pretty much any given item that you can find in the seed. So even though there is a ribbon incentivized, one of the dead locations could actually hold a second ribbon, which can be very interesting. It could also be a massive detriment if you decide to skip that ribbon and just go for it. Aside from that, the incentives in and of themselves are relatively tame. The hardest part with incentives and entrance and floor shuffle is finding the floors that have said incentives.
This is true. So our overworld, we've got early open and extended open progression, and we're starting with and you can see, well, we haven't gotten there yet, so we'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah.
But
So
we've played a lot of entrance of early and extended open so far. So
So let's go to the maps tab because this is the tab that has the sole difference that I did request. So with entrance and floor shuffle, of course, entrances and floors will be shuffled, but the flag that is on in this case that will not be on in the 203 race is include dead ends. All that really does is adds two entrances into the pool, and those are the two extra cardia entrances, the tiny island and the entrance north of Bahamut.
right, with that flag off, the those two will continue to be exactly what they are in the vanilla game, which is in the vanilla maps, which is nothing.
Aside from that, everything else is pretty standard with the Ordeal's Pillars being shuffled, Titan's Trove being a thing, and then the early item progressions being available, as well as the shortcuts and Lefane Hospitality. The Superstore, added bonus. If we find Lefane early on, it's going to be amazing.
Yes, yes. Superstore in entrance and floor or town shuffle, Lefane Superstore is huge if you find it early. On to our treasures and freebies. We also are giving you a free canoe.
Canoe allows you to have a lot more open progression in entrance and floor shuffle, especially with the map edits that have been turned on, just making things a lot easier as a whole.
Basically gives you a lot more options of places you can go. Other than that, these are pretty much the same. These are pretty well the same flags that we've been playing. The idea with this flag set was I just want to focus on the entrance and floor. I don't want to I don't want to throw a lot of weird stuff at you in a flag set that's already a bit challenging.
Yeah, entrance and floor. The best way that I could explain entrance and floor is you need to be good at taking notes. Um, if you do not note down where certain things are, you're going to lose them within the seed, and it's going to cost you so much time. So being able to take notes while you're playing becomes a massive skill here.
Yeah.
Unless you have an extremely good memory from playing who knows how many entrance and floor seeds if you decided to play entrance and floor before jumping into the Duck Derby. And if you did, then there is going to be a slight advantage for you on it because you will already have a basic understanding on how to route it.
Um, I I like to use a Google sheet, but that was also because my first real foray into entrance and floor was co-op. So it was a shared Google sheet between me and my co-op partner.
Whereas for me, it was running solo entrance and floor seeds in December of 2018, going into January of 2019.
So our enemies, formations, and bosses.
It's all pretty standard, no unrunnables, but the surprise bonus is shuffled. The scripts will be shuffled as well as the skills and spells. No consecutive nuke or nuclear has been a standard within pretty much all of the tournaments ever since it became a flag in and of itself on the bosses. The enemy scripts will be shuffled, the skills and spells will be shuffled, vanilla count on the script, so we will see three enemies with the Medusa script. And then the status attacks randomized with the vanilla counts, and the pool being all of them except the stuns with bosses included. So stun not going to be as much of a problem. And then the trap tiles are just going to be the shuffled vanilla trap tiles ultimately, finding the eye early on just to get a quick bit of experience would be the best thing that we can run across. Otherwise, any encounter that we can take, if we find a sky floor early or a mirage floor early that we're able to get turn order and defeat the enemies in, will also be extremely good.
Yes, that is one of the good and bad things about entrance and floor is you can go into Corneria Castle and be on Sky 2 and get eyes.
Or
But you
even
could,
Sky 1.
yeah, or Sky 1. But that also means you can get bad men.
Yep, the Badmans. So, party selection is standard. You can choose whatever you want, and you could even run a fewer amount of characters within the party. I'm going to run a four-man because of the comp that I am going to end up choosing, as the comp I'm going to run is a much more advanced comp because you have to have a bit more knowledge on some of the classes.
Well, and that's partly why why we started with Black Belt Week, Thief Week, and Fighter Week.
Yep. That way you have a good idea on the melee classes, their strengths, their weaknesses, and being able to continue from there. Uh, Evil Men, yeah, with vanilla script spells, them having nuke, massive pain.
Yeah. Um, double ninja and thief hit growth, regular red mage red wizard hit growth, better thief agility, not pumped as much as they used to, but still pumped a little bit.
50
What?
is still extremely good, though.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it used to be
you
80.
you will have a decent chance of not getting ambushed and running. And with that double hit thief and ninja hit percent growth, the thief is going to be extremely powerful. Now, as pointed out in chat, thief lockpicking is on. And if we want to go without the key, we have to hit level 15 on the thief, which really isn't that bad because that is also the level at which the ninja at promotion will start learning spells or getting spell slots available. So there's there's a bit of a double-edged sword to have there.
As Retro Indie Josh points out, another chance to get the key at exactly level 15.
Oh, always.
We could get innate magic as our one blessing, as our one bonus.
Yep. And then the experience growths are going to be the vanilla 1.0 times. So nothing else to worry about there. And then, of course, vanilla max level of 50, which is very rare to see anybody hit
Yeah, if I don't have a black belt with plus 10 hit, I'm probably not going to 50.
because then you get 14 hits instead of 12.
Eh, Still 12.
Or no, it's 12 instead of 10.
Yeah, it's 12 instead of 10.
I've been playing. So to to give you all an idea, I have been playing the PSP version again. So level 50 black belt in PSP is even more broken than that.
Um, so we've got the Explorer pack, which has been our standard starting pack, standard starting consumables, decent treasure chest stacks. So it's like 10, 4, and 2, I think.
Three tents, two cabins, 10 heals, two pures, two softs for
Okay.
adequate.
Um, we you will get there will be a ruse item somewhere, but it's vanilla item magic.
Yep. So you will have ruse. You will have the defense sword that casts ruse if you find them.
Power bonk, saber bonk.
Yep. Good old power gauntlet, casting saber, all that good stuff. And on top of that, we will have -1 to +5 on the weapons and armor blessings. So there is a chance that we can find some souped up bracelets and just run with those throughout the entire game.
Yes. A good thing to note: copper bracelet +5 is the equivalent of silver bracelet of
Neutral.
unmodified silver.
Yep.
Silver plus
And
silver
go for it.
+5 is unmodified gold. Gold +5 is modified opal.
Unmodified opal.
Yeah, I thought I said unmodified.
The un probably got cut out, but
That could be.
it happens. Technology does weird things. But yeah, so the other thing to keep in mind is that if you find gold bracelet +5s and an opal bracelet +1, that opal bracelet +1 is not going to have a weight penalty on it. So you can have extremely high absorb characters just raring to go.
Yes.
Now, exclude Mazmian is not turned on, so the Maza will roll -1/+5 as well.
Correct.
So if you happen to get that in the incentive pool, you will want to take note of what it rolls. If it rolls +5, that's a really, really good Maza.
That's a nice weapon. These are still the usual game adjustments. We've turned auto retargeting on. We've turned magic menu spell reordering on. We do have the Lefane shortcut on. The
Yeah.
Lefane shortcut being that little bridge that shows up that you can get to the hint giver and the item giver.
And then the Gaia shortcut, which just allows you to access the level 8 magic shop a bit faster, as well as the lake for the bottle turn in with the fairy.
And we're not running the beta flags in the Duckling Derby, or in the Duckling Seeds. So,
Yep, so nothing to worry about there. So just let me know when I need to unmute the game audio.
go ahead.
All right.
Let me.
So, the other thing to note right now is that you ducklings are about to be in for a treat. Because I am playing this on console. The resets are going to be a bit slower because if I need to reset out of combat, I have to wait for actions to be finished in order to do a soft reset or a hard reset. In ends, I have to wait until the save stuff is all done. So if you get a +1 opal, it becomes weightless. So here we go.
All right, let's see what our
So-
blessings are.
We've got +20 HP on the fighter. We have resist poison, earth, death time status on the thief. So we are absolutely taking a thief.
Yeah, 5/8 of a ribbon is definitely worth taking.
Black Belt's got +25 agility, and I will wholly admit that with this scaling, a Black Belt isn't entirely necessary. You can run fighter, thief, white mage, black mage, or red mage, black mage, red mage, white mage, whichever you want to, and that will be more than enough for getting through this season.
Yes.
But instead, I'm going to run Thief Rainbow. Red Mage gets equipped shirts. So the Red Mage will be able to equip the white or black shirt. The White Mage has equipped axes, which,
Meh.
We're really only using it for harm, fade, and restoration spells / life spells. And then the Black Mage has +15 agility, which is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Thief Rainbow here. I would consider Thief Fighter White Black, I would consider Thief Fighter White Black as well.
Yep. So, what I will admit is with entrance and floor, whatever party comp you decide you want to go with is absolutely going to be a good one. Even if you were to choose a black belt for this, getting that up to level 21 with the way that these flags are scaled is not entirely a bad play. So you could run Thief Black Belt, White Mage Black Mage, or Red Mage Black Mage, or Red Mage White Mage.
Welcome FF for all with the party of 9.
Perfect timing because we are about to get started on this. You ready on the timer?
Yeah, if you give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go! Alright. So, first things first, we are going to head over to the magic shop and immediately
hello.
Invis 2 available. Alright. Alright. So
Cake,
we
block
actually
2.
have some good magic to choose from.
Please do show off the hint giver here.
Oh, you're expecting me to remember where he is.
He's right up there.
So King Canaria has
Okay.
the Oxy Ale.
It doesn't so it doesn't tell you where the entrance is. I didn't remember.
And we actually have Temple of Fiends here just immediately. So we're going to try to run, but I'm not expecting anything there. So let's go ahead and see what we got here in our boxes. A lot of EXP. That's huge.
That's big. That's big.
So we at least know that EXP box. We're getting a pretty poor encounters table here off the start.
Yeah. Yeah, not easy to manipulate. Well, the first one is, but the second one's still relatively close. Bane Sword.
Yeah, always good to see that. So we are actually going to exit the Temple of Fiends. We're going to go in. We're going to rest up. And we're going to attempt to instant kill Mr. Garland here, who falls into a crack immediately.
Delicious cake.
So that one box immediately put us up to level 7, which is very, very nice. Unfortunately, our spells right now,
Not great.
they're a bit lackluster.
Did you consider going over to Provoca to see what town is there?
That is what I'm going to do next. I am actually just gathering information right now.
Good point. So that is a good thing to note that Titans is there. That Titans is at Temple of Fiends. Because that will teleport you somewhere.
Yep. So we're going to go to Montoya's cave and get the information here. Just find out what we have
canoe
here. Yeah, I'm so used to PSP where I don't have it.
Yes, this is very much a no. And that's the other side of Titans.
Yep.
Of course it is.
So you're going to see me...
No, Mulhound, it's not the worst.
No, you want a notepad seed? I can give you a notepad seed.
The worst, and I've seen this in a race. I've seen this in an entrance and floor seed. Was the two sides of we have Vanilla Provoca.
Well,
Was the,
towns aren't included in the shuffle.
oh, that's right, because we're not shuffling towns.
And we have level 2 exit, which is massive in the entrance and floor shuffle because we get free movement with it.
Yes, and lit 3 at level 2, and Bane.
Yes. So we're going to hold off on getting anything else for right now. But we're going to go ahead and take out Bicky. We
I
get
have
good
seen
turn order here.
I have seen the worst teleport, and it was the Bahamut entrance and the other entrance on that island.
We get the Adamant. Not a bad find.
Not a bad find at all.
Rod for sale for 23K.
26. It was 26.
Still a lot.
Still a lot, but...
And so we may have to sell off that Bane sword already, just to see if we can't supplement our money. That gets us close.
That gets us pretty close.
So we might do something a little bit more advanced here.
Pop grind.
Pop grind for the bunny, buy the rod, and continue from there.
Pop is Peninsula of Power. It's where Sawney is running right now. Those top 4 squares, you get the encounters from across the strait.
Ooh, sleep touch on the Giants. That's a little unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate.
Let's see if we can't get anything decent here. Okay, heal 3 goes off a little late, but that's fine.
Yes, it's encounter zone spillover.
Yep. So these giants are hitting us pretty hard right now because we don't have any armor, which is a bit of an unfortunate circumstance, but not the end of the world. Really, all we are fighting them for is the money that they drop, which is more than enough for us to be able to go buy that rod and not have to worry about coming back to Provoca. Ooh, Stinger on the Grimps.
Yeah, Stinger on the Grumps.
So we make it back to Provoca without too terribly many encounters. We'll go ahead and get the Red Mage back up right now, since it is one of my 2 AoE sources.
Yes.
We'll buy that rod. It was 23.
It was 23. Sorry, my mistake.
That's alright. And just like that, we are off again. So, with the canoe in tow for free, I could decide to take the river trip over to Ice Cave, see what's there, see what's at Gurgle Volcano, and hit Crescent Lake as well to get the Sage item. But I'm actually going to do this in a slightly different order, because I have a lot more entrances to check over in this direction. I have exit available. And on top of that, while I'm making this circle, I can hit Elfland. And this is an immediate save power cycle, and we're going in.
Ooh. Blizzard on the OK Man.
And Thunder on the Nightmares.
Yeah.
Hello, Vorpal.
Hello, Pool Noodle.
Nah, this one isn't a Pool Noodle. It actually rolled neutral.
Yeah, it's still a Pool Noodle. Unless it crits.
Nah. Pool Noodle is minus.
It's chest concentration. Chest concentration and And
chest
items.
density, chest density, as
Or
well as amount
encounters,
of
rather.
EXP yield per encounter. Oh, Zeus Gauntlet. We love seeing that.
Um, let me double check something. Oh, we do have Sogo. We do have save on game over.
Yes.
No, it is not oops all loose, Lord Goober. That is the incentive chest for.
Yep, that chest, the incentive chest in Sky is the one that normally holds the adamant. But in this case, it held Matoya's crystal. And this ambush is bad. Fortunately, we're going to heal 3 off. Hopefully we can get the run. And we do.
Well, and with save on game over, it's not nearly as dangerous.
Okay, so now we can just take a few of these eyes as they come up. You'll notice that we almost have Thief lockpicking online already. And actually, if I take a death here, then I'm actually going to let it play out. We got Top Marsh. Alright. So all I'm looking for really is just some sort of decent weapon.
Right. And maybe also some decent armor. Also, maybe some decent armor, he says, as a white shirt pops up.
Ooh, I can feel my rust in that menu. Alright, so we are done there.
That entrance is completely cleared.
So that was...
Northwest is Ordeals.
Marsh. Alright, so we're gonna go for this.
You can
And
do
actually,
it!
before we go for this, we're gonna go ahead and house up. Just so that way we have all of our charges available on the black and white mages. Okay, so it's upper, upper, upper. Let's go pillar 1. Oh, good. We actually want to take the swipe here.
Right, because that'll get everyone back up.
So you can actually use some of the wipes with save on game over in a strategic manner to be able to get everybody back up, especially if you have one party member down.
Yes, absolutely.
I've been playing so much of the vanilla game that I almost tried to fight the Zombull encounter, but everything is runnable. Okay. So we know it's not pillar 1. That was the Womp.
Yep.
So Medusas are a pretty good source of experience. They also have very little HP, so they're not going to be that bad to fight.
Right.
Case in point. Mancats, on the other hand, run for these guys.
Yeah. Mancat and Catman somehow always roll some sort of awful script.
They also just do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they also do a ton of damage.
Zombie D's, now, this encounter would be a great source of experience as well, but
if
without
we had
fire, nuke...
Yeah,
harm,
if we had fire or nuke or harm or high-level harm.
Lower. Okay. Lower pillar was the correct choice.
Okay, upper, 2,
Technically-
lower. Or top two
Technically,
boss.
yes. This is still Sphere Zero. Yes. Thank you. Please don't let me forget that. Oh boy, a cap! Exactly what I wanted.
I mean, it's not bad.
So, no, it's +2, so I will at least take it. Also, knowing where your spike tiles are is a massive, massive bonus,
Oh,
especially
very much.
with your knowledge. Return the slab! Alright. Next stop. Everybody's favorite place to hate.
Well, not so much an entrance and floor, because it may not have any actual marsh there.
No. Instead, it has earth.
Ugh. I mean, it won't do anything. That won't do anything to the thief.
Fortunately. Now, I could have NPC guillotined the bat that was in my way, but nah. That bat wasn't too bad. These guys are just a time eater. Now that bat got in my way. It's getting axed into oblivion.
Silver armor +4 is at least post promotion worth it.
Yep. This bat in my way is gonna get axed.
Earth Cave is basically the reason NPC is one of the main reasons NPC Guillotine exists.
Oh, hello, Pro Cape.
Hello, Professional Cape.
Alright, so we actually have a decent encounter tile here in Earth, with the Earth Elementals actually being metal slimes. So if we happen to need to do an EXP grind to get the Thief up to 15, we have a great spot to do it.
Yeah, as long as we get, like, fire.
And even then, if we get the Mage Stick, then we're pretty much in business. And that's one of the items that I'm looking for. We at least have the Zeus Gauntlet. So we have Lit 2 available in item form. But we have nothing really of note to use right now.
Not really. Not really yet. Again, there's Thor Hammer.
Yeah, that gives the White Mage an AoE that I'm actually going to use here.
Yeah, this is also... These are also very good XP.
So yeah, we are still looking to blitz to level 15 just to get lockpicking online. But this is probably the major downside of the Thief versus a fighter, is finding a good weapon, especially for later on.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sky 4 incoming.
Hopefully we can get the run here. Stay alive, Thief. Good job. Okay, I did not pick up heal 3 on you, so...
It wasn't red. It wasn't red mage learnable.
Yeah.
It was slot 4.
That's what I thought. I just needed to make sure. It's red wizard learnable.
It's red wizard learnable, but not red mage.
All right, we got
Greater
a
than less
deep
than.
dungeon dive here. So, the best case scenario that we want at this point is
Oh,
for
to
this
have.
to end in a fiend that we can instant kill.
To have had Fire 3 or Harm 4 on that encounter.
We might be dead here. Scratch that might. We are dead
We
here.
are dead
so
here.
we are going to come back to this later.
But
we got a good amount of experience. We got a good amount of money. That's honestly not a massive detriment to making it through.
because Sogo.
Yep. So into Elfland we go. Well, there's Ice 3.
And there's Fire 2.
We're not going to worry about picking up Fire 2 right now because we need to see what the level 4 magic shops have. Cure 3 is always nice to have. We're going to make a pit stop here into the armor shop that has a whole bunch of nothing that we want. Actually, yes, I need to see if there are those for sale.
Houses are relatively cheap.
Yep, we're going to pick up a 10 stack of those. And there
Hello,
is
Harm
our
4.
sweeper for right now. Harm 4 as well as Cure 4. 2 massive pickups. And there's Fire 3. So we are pretty much set on our elemental magics. And we have Earth 1 here. Big money, no whammies. We are just going to start pushing now.
Yeah.
Ooh, Bahamut. I don't have the tail on. I forget if the treasury was on.
Treasury's not on.
Okay. So we at least know where Baja is.
Yes. That's really good to know since we're going to want to promote with this party. At these levels, I might not have minded taking a 6 Karib pack.
I'm just gonna try to run, get to Crescent at this point.
That is
And
also
get
a
ambushed by
completely
scorpions.
valid play.
I love getting ambushed by scorpions. And Gersnicks. Because right now we're still looking for some sort of armor. Okay, copper bracelet plus 4s are not bad. So we're gonna at least buy 3 of them.
I was about to say why not 4, but white shirt. But red mage shirts.
Okay, we have Life 1, which is promo lot. What do we have here in Black Magic? Alright. Say no more. Game, you have my attention.
TNT.
Unfortunately, we haven't seen Dwarf Cave
We haven't seen
yet.
Dwarf yet, but
Nice preemptive right out the gate.
I won't say we have to have progression here because we could end up with progression somewhere in. We could end up with progression there deep in Marsh.
Yeah, that Marsh Tower is looking like progression right now. And if that's the case, that's going to be a pain in the aft end. Alright, so
Okay.
the volcano opens up with Ice 1.
There's a great question in chat from Mulhound. Are hints as good if locations are randomized? Yes, they are. They are still as
To an
good.
extent.
To an extent.
The problem on the hints is that you don't get the information as to where the location actually is. So in the case of entrance and floor shuffle, you're still going to have to dive into many different entrances in order to find whatever it is that you're looking for. And in this case, we happen to find Lich. Ooh. I have to be careful with my charges here.
Yeah, but one Fire 3 charge should take out mummies. Mummies don't have a lot of HP.
It just all becomes dependent upon how many packs of them I run across, since they are the ones that have Ice 2.
Yeah.
And in this case, I got a preemptive.
Yes. Not entirely a check every spot kind of seed.
It can be.
But it can be.
There's a potential of a check in every spot. So there's our Earth Orb lit. We are just shy of level 15 on the Thief.
Well,
but we're looking pretty good right now.
Well, I guess ice now.
Yep. Ice, and then if we have to jump back into that Mirage Dive, we have to jump, or into that Marsh Dive, we have to jump back into that Marsh Dive.
But we'll have more levels at that point, and more survivability.
In theory. With the Mummy Pack having Ice 2, it dishes out a ton of damage. Alright. We open up with Volcano 1. Actually, just soft reset.
Yeah, just soft reset.
Alright. This is a floor that we actually want to check stuff on.
A little bit of French vanilla. Volcano 1 into Volcano 2.
At Ice Cave, which is also French vanilla. Dragon Mail, great if we had a fighter, but we don't. Silver Bracelet -1's not bad. A little bit of EXP. Ooh. And we're going to do a little bit of inventory cleanup real quick, since we were already in the menu to do so.
I wouldn't have minded...
There's the Mage Stick.
There's the Mage Stick. I wouldn't necessarily have minded keeping that dragon armor to sell.
For what reason? I don't need to buy the item.
Valid. Okay, so this is C left 1.
With the first encounter being an unrunnable in vanilla, and the second encounter being an unrunnable in vanilla. Ah, Marsh Split. Okay. So this is where I actually need to expand my browser window.
Because now we've got a split.
Yep, and I'm actually tracking this.
Come on, C-Split.
Oh, I am so ready for the double split. This encounter table has not been great. Okay, mermaids.
Mermaids.
Can't complain about this.
Free,
Lots of chests to
lots of
check,
chests and no encounters.
and the inability to walk properly. Because dog bone controller. And there's our ship. So if I remember correctly with this ship,
Oh,
that should be
sorry.
per Pokemon. More EXP and money.
Sorry, I was
And
checking
for
to
those
make
of
sure if this was incentivized or not.
It's all good. I knew it was. By the way, for those of you that are fans of this, goodbye, Bubbles. You have been carbonated.
The Bubbles Soda Company thanks you.
Exactly, Saracen.
Funny you bring up Doctor Who, Saracen, since yesterday was Tom Baker's birthday.
That it was.
If it had been colder or windier today, I would have worn my fourth Doctor scarf to work. I probably will on Friday.
Oh, baby. We actually have lockpicking available, but I'm not going to worry about checking many of the chests in here. The only thing I care about at this point is that incentive item.
Yes, Mulhound, it is. It is a 12-foot long scarf that I crocheted myself.
So we got
vanilla spike tile.
Rush Bottom. All right, so with that ship in tow, we have more options.
We do.
Thank goodness. I didn't want to have to go back into that marsh right now with greater than, less than, and all the bummies.
No, actually, I don't think we do.
No, we don't. We don't have canal.
Because we don't have canal. And that ship isn't that ship at Provoca?
Yep.
Wouldn't it have made sense to run up to Provoca and take the ship down to near Marsh?
Normally, yes, but depending upon whether or not we get the floater coming up here,
Valid.
and this is sometimes that, or one of those times that you have to make a calculated gamble.
Wait, we're not playing Slay the Spire.
Nice. I'm glad you picked up on the cue for that.
And neither one of us is being silent.
Not right now.
I wish that weren't broken in Archipelago.
Alright, so here we go. We're playing Risk versus Reward, which is my normal playstyle: high risk, high reward.
We could soft reset.
I have to wait for... Actually, I can just do it like that. Problem right now is that we're going to get 2 packs of the gargoyles regardless.
Yeah.
But due to the thief having a decent chance of running at this point, that second pack is pretty inconsequential. So we don't have to waste as many steps going through the dungeons. We'll be able to make it back to greater than, less than in pretty much no time. Ah, preemptive on air elementals. I love it.
You love to see it.
And a preemptive on a sentry. I love that even more.
Yeah. Those things are pain. Also,
Incarnate.
might pull us past that mummy pack on the encounter table too.
Nah, we're before the mummy pack right now.
Are we going to check the greater than less than chests?
Oh yes.
It's 10 good chests, so
It's 10 chests. They're quick and easy to check.
now see, I see those heal pots. I know I walked over lava tiles to get down here. I might have heal potted up and taken the heal pots.
But if you just cast heal 3, it's going to be a little bit faster. Giant sword, more heal pots. Alright.
Yes, but not knowing how deep this dungeon goes and what might be at the end of it, I'm hesitant to use spell charges.
I mean, that's why we also have Cure 3, Cure 4. And it ends in Matoya. And there's the canal.
There's our canal.
So, it was a calculated gamble. Unfortunately, this gamble did not pay off, but we still get progression regardless.
It didn't pay off the way we wanted it to. I'm not save every elixir until I've beaten the final boss, but I do tend to save elixirs for the final boss. To answer Saracen in chat.
Elixirs. Oh no, arachnids with frost. That's cute. So that movement may have seemed awkward. That is just to preserve as many steps as I can to not have to face quite as many encounters.
Exactly. We've tried to hammer free steps.
They do mean a lot.
They save a ton of time.
So we're going to head back over to Provoca. We're going to pick up that ship. And we are going to head over to Melman, I guess, for right now.
Yeah, Melman's pretty much where we gotta go.
Granted, we could head to Ordeals as well.
We could. But at this point also, we know that progression is going to be either on Melman Continent or at Ordeals. You love to see Life 2.
We'll take Zap for shenanigans later.
Of course. Don't forget you've
Ah,
got professional rings.
this is what we've been waiting for.
Also, one of the reasons that I consider keeping the um, dragon armor to sell, in case those professional rings were somewhat more expensive than that.
In this case, they absolutely weren't, so we're good there. And Slab has been translated, so we are able to head to Lefane once we have the proper ability to do so. With those pro
Also,
rings, we
one
don't
thing I want
have
to point
as
out.
much to worry about.
One thing to point out, note where Sonny parked that boat. Because all of those, that's one of our zonks. That was one of our dead ends. Because all of those dock tiles are also free steps.
Yep.
So when we talk about using free steps, that's everyone counts. Waterfall.
Ha. This is a good find.
Yes, it is. It's got some encounters that are very juicy for XP.
I was about to say encounters. What are those?
It's got gas Ds.
I was on a hero run there. Nope, no legendary out of bounds bat.
It's got a bunch of chests that are easy to get to.
And there's the chime.
Alright, looks like it must be ordeals.
There we go. Thank you, A button.
Looks like ordeals must be the play.
I think it is. Because none of the northern docks are on. If I remember correctly, for this flag set.
No, they are not.
Yeah, I was about to say, I might be misremembering. I went down a bit too far. Because I was trying to take the line to go to Baja. And Cardia in general. Which I need to label Earth as Waterfall. Ice.
Ice loop, no less. Immediately into the ice loop.
Now, there's a fun fact about this, and that's if you actually take the stairs out that normally show up. Hello, Sunsword.
Hello, very good sword.
Then those stairs actually exit you from the dungeon in general.
Yes, even if they're 2 or 3 or several floors deep.
So we're already level 17 on the party, excluding the red. I'm not going to worry about grabbing any more boxes at this point, really, because I feel comfortable with what I've got.
That's fair.
The only thing I may check for is armor shops for gold bracelets.
Leave the gun.
All right.
Take the cannoli.
So we get to go back to Titans.
And Titans is, in fact, incentivized.
So, if you're not used to this, you might be thinking, where the heck are you going? And the answer is right here to the river.
Matoya River Dock. I think I showed off Matoya River Dock before.
And now we get to access the trove. And there's the floater. All right, we are in the air. And a heel helmet. One of the best helmets for the Ninja post-promotion.
You could have just used exit.
I'm going to run out. I feel like running out. If I'm going to show Titans, I'm going to show what happens when you don't use exit.
That's fair.
I'm going to give a lesson to be learned. If you have it, use it. Because that can happen if you're on a bad part of the encounter table.
Yes. Which there's not really a good part of this encounter table.
There are a few good spots. They're few and far between, but they exist. Okay, so this is where my routing is going to change a bit. Because the dead ends are included in the shuffle, I'm going straight to the Cardia Isles. I'm going to get ambushed by some fun police.
Because Cardia Isles are so many entrances that it's always worth checking. Oh, and here's another incentive.
And this is precisely why I'm going straight to Cardia. Because we have another incentive here with the vampire floor of Earth 3. That's why you're being kind. You are never this kind. You are never this kind.
Also, that rod we got earlier... will open this up.
And we will be able to continue diving. And there's the tail.
Okay, would you consider exiting out here, flying to Bahamut,
After this
glad we
turn,
didn't.
yes.
If that turned out to
Baja
be,
was at Elf Castle.
if that turned out to be a different, another dungeon floor, would you have considered exiting out to go promote?
No, I would have continued diving. Right now, the only major benefit we have with promotion is being able to pick up Life 1 and Life 2 on the red. But those are really all the benefits that we have available. We haven't seen Fast, we haven't seen Nuke, we haven't seen Temper. Yes, we can get charges on the Ninja, and we can pick up Saber on him. But there really isn't much outside of that I would be looking for.
Oh. I should mark that we have lockpicking.
Yep, so that key is useless right now. Was contemplating taking this encounter.
It is pretty good XP.
And actually, drop that weapon.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, especially since we used the rod.
All right.
Okay. TFC floor,
which is not incentivized.
which is not incentivized. Oh!
Oh, baby, that's not good. We keep going until we die now.
Red Mage has exit, right?
Nope. Maybe. I don't know. Nope.
Oh no, exit was exit was slot 4.
Exit was level 2. I was holding off on getting it until the Fane Superstore.
Ah.
But we're out of there pretty quickly anyway, so...
Yeah.
Alright.
Earth
We're just
4.
going to keep running on 2 party members for right now.
Well, as long as one of them's our melee carry, that's probably fine.
Which, I mean, it is.
Earth 4 to
Okay.
Zonk.
So now we get to go into the area with 2 entrances. And actually, we may end up forcing that encounter again to take a death. So we're going to see if we can play make a smart play here, but it's not working out. Okay, Cardia is not in the incentive list. C-split.
C-split. So, playing entrance and floor is also one of the places where you really learn what we call floors. What we call the various floors.
I do not have the D6, so I cannot go through that room yet.
Yep. So chime locked on the right. And Northwest Castle on the left. We don't have crown.
So now I need to mark left as northwest, and that as cube. Because being able to remember where you have been and where you need to go becomes a massive skill in entrance floor.
Oh, very much so. Okay, Agama floor.
All right.
That's Kraken floor.
It is. And we are actually going to attempt this. Should I have healed? Probably not. But we're going to make use of an instant kill here.
Cheeky Brack strats.
Nope.
Well, cheeky Bane strats.
There you go.
Bane and Brack are both poison element, which Kraken is weak. Which Kraken is...
Oh, I don't have Bane on this character. Okay, we're not making use of Bane strats.
not weak to, but susceptible to. And this is Vorpal being a pool noodle.
But we at least want to try to keep the thief up as best as we can. It's okay that you guys here, because even if Kraken kills us, we can just jump back in. And we might actually get the kill.
We
Nope.
might.
Good. We are alive again, and we are good to go. Yeah, Quad X would have been good, but unfortunately didn't have that at the ready. But we have everybody alive again, which is exactly what we want. Just another fun use of the save on game over
Yes.
that we can use to our advantage. The only disadvantage we have is we are on a completely different portion of the encounter table. So there's no great knowledge as to where we are on it. And fortunately, since it's a quick dive just to get back down to Kraken, we're already here. We're able to use Brack, Bane, whatever we want to use here, just to get rid of Kraken as quickly or efficiently as possible. We'll pop a heal 3, and then we're going to fight. We're going to Invis 2, Invis 2, and we do have Brack charges.
Shaky Brack strats.
Okay, so level 18 right now. Don't have Oxyale. We may have to go to... We may have to go to... Fane. Did I talk to Un? I believe I talked to Un.
Yes, you did.
I thought so. We're gonna go ahead and check the black magic here, just in case. It's same with the white magic. Alright, most useful spell in the game, Lamp.
I love Lamp.
Let's head to Waterfall, see what Waterfall has, because we still have a lot of rooms that we can't access right now.
And it's a Tia.
It is a Tia.
And possibly a War Chicken.
Unfortunately, no chicken this time around. We're going to go for another Brack here. That one's ineffective, but that happens. We're going to dump some evasion real quick just to take less damage. And then we are going to, I guess, lock for now, because we don't actually have haste. Go for another Brack. Going to be ineffective. Yeah, so we don't have faster temper, which is a bit alarming right now. So, unfortunately, it looks like Harm 4 is going to be our best source of damage as it stands. But we could get Poison Smoke just to get rid of her quickly. We could just get the kill normally as we get Poison Smoke. So, not too bad of a fight. So, the only places that we have left at this point are... We head to Gaia, we check the shops there. We head to the Fane, and we check the Superstore.
Yeah.
Yes, I could get Saber on the Thief. And I do intend to. I'm just not in the area to get it yet.
We do have a Masa. We do have a Masa that's in the incentive pool.
Okay, I do have bottle. first things first. Okay, level 7 Nuke. A little unfortunate. And level 7 Fade. Really unfortunate.
Well, I mean, we knew it had to be 7 or 8.
Ooh, those gold bracelets are +3. Goodbye. Copper bracelets. Move the white shirt up here. Get rid of that. And we don't need the Zeus Gauntlet anymore. 1, 2, 3, and just enough to buy all 4 of those gold bracelets. So our defense problems pretty much are solved. And there's the crown. So we could go back to that C-split, turn in the crown, see what it yields. But we have an interest to check over here first before we actually do that.
We're not going to check Lefane first?
We need money.
Valid.
There's the Mosmune, and there's the Oxyale.
Oh, that's right, we knew the Oxyale was there because we saw it on a hint.
Yep. And that hint had been sitting in the back of my mind since the start of the seed. About 57 minutes ago. And I'm actually coming in here to see if there's any money available. That is money. Just in a different manner. And this is money in a different manner as well. Yeah, we'll ice 3.
Love me some blue steak.
We don't know if it's on the hard reset, so let's see. It is. Okay, cool.
Looks like we found our levels.
We found our levels and our money. Oh, Monster Strike first. That's cute. So really, all we're going to go for is probably level 24-ish at most. Actually, nah, Thief 22 is fine. We're good there. But that encounter should spill over into the forest of Lefane there.
Yes, it should.
Which means if we happen to want to take another, we absolutely can. Oh wait, bridge. Okay, that's full access to the C-split.
Yep. We do still need a cube, but...
Okay, we got cube.
Or, I'm sorry, a loot.
We'll get Bane for you. Oh, wait. Red Mage. You get exit now. Nothing I want at 3. Unfortunately, it looks like we are out of luck when it comes to fast, because it's going to be level 8. And we don't want to get up to where we have level 8 charges. If we get up to where we have level 8 charges, then something has gone horribly wrong.
this is valid.
But we're actually sitting in a pretty good spot right now. So we are going to head back over to the C-split. And we got to pick which direction we want to go. I think I'm going to start off going right. Normally I'd go left, but for some reason, I'm feeling like this is going to be the correct direction. Okay, dwarves. Other side should be Carrie then. Unless she's behind the Oxyale.
She'll be behind the
right,
Oxyale because the other side's Northwest Castle.
That's right. That's the useless key, so she is behind that, which means... Oh, this is going to be adamant, which yields loot.
Yes. Don't forget you can use the door there as a free step.
Yep.
It's not as relevant here because we're just straight to, we're just straight to a place where that doesn't have encounters, but...
Okay, so off to Onrak, we're going to finish this out, and then we'll go into the Temple of Fiends.
Oh, and Adamant must be dead, a Zonkant, or the Ribbon.
Yep. Yeah, I think so. Actually, Locked Canaria was one of the duds. Sarda. Oh, I know which entrances I haven't checked. Okay. So there are two entrances that can easily get away from you.
Yeah, Sarda and Titan's West.
Yep.
Because you can't check them without the floater.
So, for those of you in chat, I'm going to let you choose. Which one do we do? Are we going to Titan's West or are we going to Sarda's? Oh, there we go.
We've got a vote in chat for Titan's West.
Alright, Titan's West it is. And you would be correct.
That would be the correct decision. That's straight to carry.
Right, fight, magic. Fade, magic, nuke. Oh no, hold! Only I weren't immune to it. Alright. Back to Topher.
Who remembers where Topher was? Where Toph was?
Alright. We're gonna go for this.
Feed Lich some cake.
Fight, magic, 2, magic. Yeah, we're gonna ice thing.
Ooh, high absorb.
Very high absorb. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120 So we're trying to save our Sabercasts for later. And honestly, we should probably try to save some of our life casts as well. But right now, with how much Absorb Carry 2 has, it's going to be a moment of we need to just damage rush her. Oh no, I got bad turn order.
Yeah.
No. Magic. Quad X. Because I think she might be in Quad X range.
Yep.
Okay, now we actually will end up using our Invis charges. I'm going to lock Kraken down as well right now. With it being Kraken 2 at this point, we need to play a bit more conservatively. And him opening up with a Fire 3 is not entirely what I wanted to see. Invis 2 again, heal 3. And we need to actually throw out a nuke here. Okay. Nobody died from that Fire 3, which is good.
I mean, at least Kraken's doing that and not the usual Kraken thing.
I knew it. I knew that was coming up. Okay. So, Tia 2 here. We're going to play a little cheeky. This is a 6% chance to land. So we'll see what happens.
Alright, roll D%.
Okay. Block 2, heal 3. We're going to throw one more.
Cheeky
All right.
Brack strats.
Heal up, and we are actually going to readjust the party a bit. So we're going to play a bit more defensively here on Chaos. We're going to start off by Invis 2ing a ton, and we'll go for a really, really low percent chance to just brack Chaos.
Go for a
Why
3 and
not?
256.
Bye, Black Mage. Okay. So after actually getting my defenses up with 3 Invis stacks, I feel a bit more confident. We are going to have to save her up at this point.
Yeah.
But this white mage is going to be able to dish out some damage. With that fast, though, we definitely want to throw some more Invis stacks on.
Question in chat, Exfer?
I could have picked it up, but Exfer also has a very low chance to land, and even then, you have to be very careful when using it. We'll go Harm 4. We'll go... Yeah, Ice 3, why not? Much better. So there's the nuclear. going to have the white mage cure for the red cure for the ninja.
Good turn order.
White mage is going to cure 3 itself instead of cure 4. We are saving that last cure 4. And Chaos here, since he is scaled up to 150%, can have as much, as much as 3,000 HP.
Yeah.
Nice crit.
Nice crit for 600.
There we go.
And get your GGs out in chat. That is 114.50 by my...
That's exactly what I have. So yeah, the biggest thing to keep in mind with entrance and floor shuffle, especially going into this week's race, which I don't remember what day it's on.
It is tomorrow.
And the best thing to practice before the race tomorrow is your note-taking while playing and being able to adapt your route as quickly as you possibly can just based upon what you get. Because there's a lot more volatility with entrance and floor shuffle. So being able to work around that volatility and adapt your play to what the game is giving you becomes an unspeakably large skill.
Yes, very much so.
They're the only 2 entrances you will not have to check in the race tomorrow, just as a reminder, will be the top cave on Bahamut's Island and the tiny Cardia Island. So just remember that those are going to be dead ends and that you don't have to worry about those. But the rest of the Cardia Isles, once you actually have the floater, they are very lucrative to go check. You could decide to jump into Lefane, and if you have promoted before you get the airship, it is an extremely good play to do so, because then you can maximize your spell shopping, get it all done, and be able to progress in the scene.
Yes. Any other questions in chat?
And then the other thing that I need to remember to say is, do not, under all circumstances, do not forget to check Titan's West and Sarda's Cave.
Yes.
Tips on note-taking on the fly. That is actually a great question. So I usually take notes while I am running through the overworld or in running from encounters. I have my notes set on a Google spreadsheet. You could use a Google spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet. There actually is an entrance floor tracker. I don't remember the old link for it.
It's on the wiki.
Yeah. So check the wiki. There are a bunch of different ways that you can actually keep track of your entrances. And the most notable thing to keep track of with your entrances is your endpoints, because those can actually tell you what you've knocked out as endpoints, because the most important things in entrance floor really are your endpoints, whether it's the fiends themselves or incentive locations in general. So if you can figure out the best way that works for you for taking notes while you are playing entrance floor shuffle, then you're going to be golden.
Yes.
It's not an easy mode to play whatsoever, but depending upon what you are given here, especially with this much, much safer start than what is normally played anymore with entrance and floor shuffle, you're gonna be just cruising through the seed.
Yeah, if you can find a good encounter early, or something good in or good encounter zone in one of the early entrances, that's gonna be big. That's gonna be a big help. Um, any other questions in chat? Any other questions in chat? It can be risky in the beginning, Mulhound. Yes.
Yes, Smallhound. Entrance floor can be very risky in the beginning. It this mode, and the biggest thing I will say about this mode is it pushes what you are comfortable with to an extreme degree. If you run into an early sky floor, you're gonna have to get used to it, and also you're in very, very good luck
Yes,
because
armor is
those
very
sky floors.
important.
Yes, armor is important, but the sky floors also popping up means you've gotten to find some of the best experience in the game very early on, in turn, allowing you to get off the ground much faster.
And often a lot of chests you can check.
Yep.
Uh,
And that, yes, that is if a sweeper comes up early. Now, if
True.
you have Bane, Quake, something like that, you can use them. They will still work against quite a few of the encounters in Sky, but your chances are going to be much, much lower than, say, Fire 3, Ice 3, Lit 3, Harm 3, Harm 4, Fade or Nuke. Even your Tier 2 sweepers actually get some work done in early Sky floors because in Sky 1 and 2, you can run into the metal slimes and be able to get Fire 2 off and just get buku
Get
experience from them.
get gobs of XP from those. So, final thoughts?
My final thoughts are as such. Good luck to all of you that are doing the 203 race tomorrow. You will absolutely love this mode after playing it a few times because your first couple times are going to be very confusing. And to answer that question of Molehound from chat, yes, item magic comes in handy as well. That's why when I got that Zeus Gauntlet, I was glad, though I did not use it all that often.
Final thoughts from me. This is a fun mode. It's got some challenge to it. It's not a mode that I play a lot because I don't like the note taking burden of it, frankly. But it is a fun mode. It does provide a different type of challenge than that fighter seed from the other week, than that fighter seed from last week's duckling seed. That the challenge was all in the encounters were butts.
I do
But
have one more thing I want to throw in
yes,
before we send it on home, and that is if you ever want to play around with the co-op script and actually try co-op with a fellow duckling, a veteran runner, or even one of your friends that you're like, hey, take a look at this. Entrance and floor shuffle is a great way to do it. And this is also assuming that said friend of yours has some knowledge in Final Fantasy itself.
this is true. Um, Co-op often ends up being entrance and floor, so this is a useful mode to learn if you want to look at doing co-op tournament. Um, if you notice, we never got the adamant. Adamant doesn't have to be. You don't always have to get everything. It's not necessarily a full clear simulator.
Yep. And there are a lot of seeds that aren't necessarily a full clear simulator. On top of that, if you ever want to play a ridiculous style seed, send me a DM and I will get you the flag set that I normally use for entrance and floor shuffle. It's dumb. It's very dumb, but it also uses a lot of extra flags in it.
There will be a co-op tournament, I believe, but I don't remember when. That should be on. That should be on the calendar on the
I think it's
wiki.
on the calendar.
So, on behalf of all of us here, thank you, Ducklings, for coming out. Thank you, experienced players, for popping in and providing your wisdom. Thank you, Sonny Rath, for agreeing to run this, my good friend.
No problem. And I do have an answer on the calendar for when co-op is planned to be.
Awesome. That
So
is.
it's planned to be from June 14th through July 11th.
Oh,
So you
awesome.
got
Right
time.
before the Duckling Rally.
Yep. Actually, it overlaps with the start of the rally.
Cool. Um, that is our other Duckling event, is the Duckling Rally that will be over. That will be in the midsummer. Um, you are very welcome, Mulhound. I am happy to teach people the randomizer. It's I've really enjoyed it. This is a great community. If you have not already joined the Discord, join the Discord. Uh, there are pickup races going fairly often, especially now with the now during the boot camp. There are
Yep.
people making pickup
Grab,
races.
grab the ping me to race roll if you do want to jump in those races. Grab the spectator roll if you just want to watch. Also, make sure to give the YouTube channel a look, as there's a lot of stuff that we have done over the past. I think
Several
we have
years.
archived back to 7 years at this point,
Yeah.
maybe longer.
Yeah.
Um, of tournaments, of old duckling runs. There's all sorts of stuff. Um, like I will tell you now, I was one of the people that took place in the very, very first duckling program before there was the boot camp, before there was the derby, before there was the rally, all of that stuff. And this has been an amazing program to not only learn the game, but also just get yourself into Final Fantasy in general.
Oh, very much so.
Before before I came to the Rando, I was running the PSP version of Final Fantasy, so I already had prior knowledge from that. It was just adjusting to the NES differences. And on top of that, having actually run the randomizer in marathons with some of the most knowledgeable people in the world of Final Fantasy NES is it's an honor in and of itself.
So you mentioned the marathons. We do have a summer marathon and a winter marathon. The winter marathon just finished up last month, but there will be a summer marathon in
June as well.
June that will be both broadcast and live. There is information on that on the wiki. There are You can already get tickets if you want to go to that. Um, don't forget, Sunday will be the start of the Platy Party, which is our more experienced runners, which is the semi-experienced runners tournament. That will have that has some that has some very interesting flags to it as well. Um, on
I would also
behalf,
recommend I would recommend giving the Platy flags a go as well, as they will improve your skill as a player.
yes, very much so. They are considered. I do consider the Platy flags part of the Duckling Derby. So when you watch the Platy Party race on Sunday, those will be the flags for the Monday Yes, those seeds will be open to everyone. There'll be a ping to race. There'll be a race ping in the Discord for that. Um, but those Platy Party flags, they'll be blind. So you'll get a few minutes as you enter the race room when the seeds rolled to actually see what the flags are. Um, those are blind because for our platies, so they don't get a chance to practice those flags ahead of time. Um, but that those the Sunday Platy Party seeds will be the Monday Duckling Weekly, just like the Wednesday seed is the Thursday Async Weekly. Uh, I don't have a whole lot else. So on behalf of all of us here at Final Fantasy Randomizer, on behalf of our runner tonight, my partner in the booth, Sonny Wrath 11, I have been DM Stewart 1981. Good night, everybody.